Hey, my name is Ernesto, and I'm here to talk about Skunk, the Skunk Score Calculator. This really cool tool that you can use to measure technical debt in any of your Ruby projects. A few things about me. I am originally from Argentina, but I live in Philadelphia. And I love open source, so I'm thrilled to be here in this conference. When I'm not working on open source, I am the founder and a software engineer at fastruby.io. We have a policy to do everything open source by default. So we try to contribute as much as possible to tools like Skunk. Now, the inspiration for this project came out of our experience working on a lot of Ruby on Rails upgrade projects. It usually goes like this. Client comes up to us and they're like, yeah, this is a great project and it would be awesome if you can maintain it from now on. And sometimes we've agreed and we found ourselves in this situation. And of course, it's not fine. We don't want to be in a room that's on fire. So the idea was, how can we quickly assess tech debt in a Ruby project before we take on this client project? And that's how Skunk was born, as a tool to do this for us. And it uses a bunch of open source gems to do this. It uses SimpleCov for code coverage, uses Ruby Critic for code quality and complexity. And this gives us an idea of what the maintainability of the project really is. Now we have a signal for code coverage, and we have a signal for complexity for every single file in the code base. And they're both analyzing the same code base. So we thought, what if we could combine these two metrics into one, the Skunk score? And yes, it is a function of code quality and code coverage per file in your project. And the main question we want to answer is this one. We want to find the most complex files that have little to no tests. And then we can make a decision about what to do. So now we have the Skunk score, thanks to Skunk. And now we know where we are in terms of the technical debt map. So a few things about the features that we support right now. There's a Skunk score table that helps you find the modules that are more complex and have little to no tests. So you can decide to refactor some of these files, the ones that are super complex. Another thing that you can do is find files that are complex and have 0% code coverage, and maybe write tests for them. It also shows you the Skunk score average, which is super interesting if you track it over time. Another thing that you can do is compare a feature branch with your main branch, and then know whether you are increasing technical debt or decreasing it. And one more thing you can do is run it as a GitHub action. Now, this is a gem that is available and you can use it in any projects if you just gem install it anywhere. So that's why we can do a GitHub action pretty easily. Now, today and for the next few days and weeks and months, what I want to work on are these features. And I would love your help with this. One thing that I think is super important is to keep track of the Skunk score average over time. So we want to see that number go down because that means that we're paying off technical debt. Another thing that would be great is to have a GitHub page to show some examples from the real world, from open source projects that are used by hundreds of people. Another thing that would be cool would be if we can share the Skunk score data by just adding an environment variable before calling Skunk. And another thing that doesn't work right now is when you compare two branches, it would be awesome if it also took into account the code coverage changes to tell you how much better the Skunk score average really is. All right, cool. So if you're interested in this project and you want to know more about this, find me in the Discord channel and ask me any questions, or just go to the repository in GitHub and find all the issues over there. If you end up making a contribution, that's awesome. I'm super grateful, and I'd be happy to send over, mail over a set of stickers for you. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to talking to you later. All right, bye-bye.